2024 was an excellent year for historical movies, with a large selection of historical films getting released throughout the entire year. And whether you prefer ancient history, medieval history, or modern history, 2024 had an enjoyable film ready for you. And 2025 is looking set to carry on that trend, and in this video I will give you my recommendations of the top 10 best upcoming historical movies of 2025 that I think all viewers of this channel should really be keeping an eye on. But before we begin, don't forget, if you love anything to do with historical movies and historical TV shows, then subscribe to my channel History Spark. At number 10, it is The Conquest, William the Conqueror, which is an upcoming historical film dedicated to the legendary monarch's life, and I've already created a video giving an in-depth look at everything we know about this new William the Conqueror movie, so there's a link to that in the description below if you would like to check it out. But The Conquest is being directed by Solomon J. LaFleur, and he has stated that he is looking to make this film as historically accurate as possible, which is a refreshing thing to hear in this day and age. There are no confirmed castings for this film as of yet, but there are rumors that Tom Hiddleston and Christian Haydenson are being eyed to play the lead roles in this upcoming historical drama. I personally feel that William the Conqueror is one of the most overlooked historical figures from medieval history, and I am glad to see someone finally stepping up to make a film based around his life and conquests. At number 9, it is Hannibal, an upcoming epic historical film based around the Carthaginian general Hannibal Barca, who became one of the greatest threats to the Roman Republic and its power. The events and battles of the Second Punic War are legendary, and it is a part of ancient Roman history that is long overdue a high budget and high quality film. Hannibal will be a Netflix original film, and it will star Denzel Washington in the starring role as Hannibal, but no other cast members have been confirmed as of yet. This upcoming historical epic will have Denzel pairing up with Antoine Fuqua once again, and they have previously worked together on the Equalizer series and the Training Day film. Antoine Fuqua is a very accomplished director in the industry, and it is reassuring to see Netflix dedicating a large budget to this film. So that is all the information I have for the Netflix original film Hannibal at the moment, but as I find out more information I'll be sure to keep you all updated, so be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. At number 8 is The Passion of the Christ Resurrection, the long-awaited sequel to the Passion of the Christ movie, which came out nearly 20 years ago. This movie will have Mel Gibson return to the production chair, and he's also finishing up the script for the movie as well. Jimmy Caviezel is confirmed to return to play the role of Jesus Christ, and the plot of the film will focus on events that occurred during the 3 days between the crucifixion and the resurrection of Jesus, with biblical events such as the fall of the angels and harrowing of hell being key events depicted. It will be interesting to see what Mel Gibson has in store for us in the sequel movie to Passion of the Christ, as the first film had a huge impact when it first got released, and I assume that this sequel series will have an even larger one. At number 7, it is Nuremberg, an upcoming historical drama based around the Nuremberg trials, which took place from November 1945 to October 1946, in which the trials of high-ranking Nazis and important figures from the Third Reich were conducted by various parties from the Allied forces. The result of these trials led to several high-ranking Nazis being hanged, some being forced into life imprisonment, while others were fully acquitted. This very little talked about part of World War II will be brought to life by the amazing acting of Russell Crowe, Rami Malek, and Michael Shannon. There is no confirmed release date yet for Nuremberg, but the movie is currently in post-production, so we could expect this film to hit cinemas at any point in 2025. At number 6, it is Chava, which is an upcoming historical film that will take us to the late medieval period of India, and it will tell the story of Sambhaji, the Maratha emperor, and his rebellion against the powerful Mughal emperor Aurangzeb. This film will star Vicky Kaushal as Sambhaji and Akshay Khanna as Aurangzeb. Both are veterans of the Bollywood industry, so it would be safe to assume that the acting here will be great, and based off what I can tell from early reviews, the cinematography, acting, and the storyline itself are getting reviewed very well. Chava did get released to cinemas on February of this year, but it is making its way to Netflix in April, and if you would like to watch a Bollywood epic historical drama, then be sure to check out Chava in just a couple of days' time. At number 5, we have also had some updates regarding the Peaky Blinders movie, which will be called The Immortal Man, and Cillian Murphy has been confirmed to return for this conclusion to the story of Tommy Shelby. However, it seems that Paul Anderson, the actor who plays the role of Arthur Shelby, will not be returning for the film, and neither will the actress who plays his wife, Linda Shelby. The plot for this upcoming film will take the Shelby family into the backdrop of World War II, and we may even find Tommy Shelby politically fighting against fascism in Parliament, while the newer, younger Shelby generations perhaps are out on the front lines. Lastly, Steve Knight has confirmed that it will be roughly at least about another year or so before the film gets released, which means it will be early 2026 before we will be able to potentially watch Peaky Blinders: The Immortal Man on the big screen. And number 4 is Ghost of Tsushima, an upcoming historical fantasy based off of the hit PlayStation exclusive game Ghost of Tsushima. And the basic premise of the story goes as follows: a samurai named Jin Sakai is one of the last surviving members of his clan as they go to battle against the invading Mongol forces. And the rest of the story pretty much just depicts the actions Jin decides to take to help get rid of the Mongol threat from Tsushima and avenge his fallen comrades. We have very little confirmed information about Ghost of Tsushima as of yet. All we know so far is that Chad Stahelski, the director behind the John Wick films, has been brought on board to direct this upcoming historical movie. Sony will be producing this movie, and the script for Ghost of Tsushima is also complete. So, we'll hopefully find out more about this upcoming film over the next couple of months, and I'll be sure to keep everyone updated as I find out more about the Ghost of Tsushima movie, potentially one of the best medieval movies getting released in the near future. The third spot on this list goes to the upcoming prequel that has been confirmed to the Master and Commander movie, which starred Russell Crowe as Captain Jack Aubrey. There's very little known about this movie except that it is still in the very early stages of development and that most of the original cast will not be returning for this prequel. The only confirmed detail we have so far is that the screenplay is being written by Patrick Ness and that possibly Tom Holland may have some sort of role within this upcoming film. But as I find out more about the Master and Commander prequel, I'll be sure to keep you updated. At number 2, it is The Physician 2, the sequel to the 2013 historical epic The Physician. And the sequel will have Tom Paine reprise his role as physician Rob Cole, and director Philip Stolzel will be returning for the sequel as well. Physician 2 will be set during the 11th century, and it will depict Rob's return to London after fleeing Isfahan, and he will use his advanced medical knowledge to help fellow Londoners deal with various medical issues. The cast for Physician 2 is also very impressive, with Emily Cox, Aidan Gillen and Liam Cunningham all confirmed to star in this film. So it's great to see that over a decade later, The Physician will finally be getting a sequel, and I can't wait to watch this film when it gets released, maybe in the next year or two. And the top spot goes to the upcoming Greek epic Odyssey that is being directed by Christopher Nolan. And this historical film is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious ancient Greek adaptations I have ever seen. Christopher Nolan is a veteran director, especially in the historical genre, having created several amazing historical films like Oppenheimer and Dunkirk. So it is safe to assume that Odyssey will have some excellent cinematography and grand scale set pieces and battles as well. The cast for Odyssey is also the most star-studded I have ever seen for a historical epic, with Matt Damon confirmed to star as Odysseus, and Anne Hathaway, Tom Holland, Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, and Charlize Theron all starring in unconfirmed roles. Odyssey is also rumored to have a budget of approximately $250 million, so it would be safe to assume that no expense will be spared for this film, and I can't wait to watch Odyssey when it hits cinemas on July 17 of 2026. So let me know in the comments down below if you agree with my recommendations of the top 10 upcoming historical movies of 2025 and 2026, or if there are any other great upcoming films I missed out on. And as always, if you want to stay up to date with everything to do with historical movies and historical TV shows, then subscribe to my channel History Spark, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.